1 cup of ordinary strawberries, eaten a certain way for 7 days. That is the whole thing on the table today, and I am going to tell you exactly what it can and cannot do before I tell you how, because the honest version is more useful than the thumbnail version. Strawberries carry the highest dietary amount of a plant compound called Fisetin, and Fisetin is the single most powerful of a class of molecules researchers call Senolytics compounds that help clear out your worn down cells. And that word, unclog, in the title, is the right word for once, because it is not about scrubbing your arteries. It is about clearing a very specific kind of deadweight cell that piles up in your tissues as you age and quietly drags down everything around it, including the stem cells you are counting on to repair you. So stay with me and grab a pen, because I am going to give you a simple 7-day way to eat that cup, the 2 things that make it actually work, instead of just pass through, and the 1 honest limit that keeps you from wasting hope on it. Anything here is educational, and if you manage a condition or take medication, this is a conversation for your doctor, not a solo experiment. Let us get into it. Let me hand you the mechanism first, because once you have it, the whole protocol explains itself, and you will never look at aging tissue the same way again. All through your life, your cells divide to replace themselves. But some of them, as the years add up, stop dividing and refuse to die. They just sit there. Biologists call them senescent cells, and the plain English name I want you to hold is zombie cells alive, but no longer doing their job. Now here is the part that matters, and it is why clearing them changes anything at all. A zombie cell is not just useless, it is loud. It leaks a steady stream of inflammatory signals into the tissue around it. Scientists call that the senescence-associated secretory phenotype, and you can just call it the complaining. Picture one retired employee who will not leave the office, does no work, and spends all day bad-mouthing everyone at the surrounding desks until the whole department slows down. That is a zombie cell. A few is normal housekeeping. A pile of them, which is what you get with age, is a neighborhood turning toxic. And they spread, which is the part that turns a nuisance into a problem. A senescent cell's complaining does not just annoy the neighbors, the inflammatory signals it leaks can push healthy cells nearby into becoming senescent themselves. Researchers call it the bystander effect, and it is why the count does not climb in a straight line as you age. It accelerates, one zombie recruiting the next, the way one sour mood at a dinner table can turn the whole table. When you are young, this stays under control because a healthy immune system patrols for these cells and clears them out. But that immune housekeeping itself slows down with age. The very crew that kept the count low gets slower at exactly the moment the count starts climbing. So after 60, you get a double problem: more zombie cells being made, and a slower crew to remove them. A lot of what we lump together and call aging the stiffness, the slow healing, the low background hum of inflammation that shows up on blood work is partly that: loud, stalled cells accumulating and the cleanup falling behind. Which is the entire reason a senolytic, something that helps tip those stalled cells into finally clearing, became one of the most watched ideas in aging research in the first place. And here is the connection to that word in the title: regrow stem cells. You cannot simply command your body to make more stem cells by eating fruit, and anyone who tells you a berry multiplies your stem cells is lying to you. But you have resident stem and repair cells sitting in your tissues right now, and one of the biggest reasons they underperform as you age is that they are marinating in the complaining of all those zombie cells nearby. The inflammatory signals suppress them. So the honest, real version of regrow is this: you are not adding new stem cells, you are clearing the toxic coworkers that were shouting the good ones into silence. Unpoison the neighborhood, and the repair cells you already own start behaving younger. That is what unclog actually means at the cellular level. And it is a real, published idea, not a metaphor I invented. And there is a useful distinction hiding in here that will make you smarter than most of what you will read online. Researchers split these compounds into 2 camps. Senolytics, like the Fisetin we are talking about, actually help clear the zombie cells out, tip them into finally dying off. But there is a second camp called xenomorphics, and those do not remove the cells. They just quiet them down, they muffle the complaining, the inflammatory signaling, without evicting the tenant. Why does that matter to you standing in your kitchen? Because a lot of ordinary foods you already know live in that second camp. The polyphenols in extra virgin olive oil, the compounds in green tea, The curcumin in turmeric, the research on those is about calming inflamed, stalled cells, not clearing them. So the honest grown-up strategy is not to hunt for one miracle food. It is two fronts at once: foods that may help clear the worn-out cells, and foods that keep the remaining ones quiet, on top of the subtraction we will get to. The strawberry is your clearing candidate. The olive oil on your salad and the green tea in the afternoon are your quieting crew. No single item is the hero here, the pattern is. The reason strawberries are on the menu and not, say, a supplement comes down to Fisetin. In a landmark 2018 paper in the journal eBiomedicine, a team led by Matthew Youssefzadeh, working in the labs of Paul Robbins and Laura Niedernhofer, tested 10 different plant flavonoids to see which could selectively kill senescent cells. Fisetin won. It was the most potent senolytic of the group, and when they fed it to aged mice, it cleared senescent cells, lowered that inflammatory complaining, and this is the striking part, extended both the health span and the lifespan of the animals, even when they started dosing them late in life. Of every dietary flavonoid you could name, Fisetin is the one with the strongest senolytic track record, and the single richest food source of Fisetin by a wide margin is the strawberry. Now the honesty, because you would catch me if I skipped it, and this is the exact place the internet stops being truthful. That mouse study used concentrated Fisetin at doses far beyond what any fruit delivers. The human trials use a pulse protocol of around 20 milligrams per kilogram of body weight for a grown adult that works out to grams of purified Fisetin. A cup of strawberries gives you a small fraction of that, milligrams against grams. So let me be very clear about what this is not. Eating a bowl of strawberries is not taking a senolytic drug, and I am not going to pretend the fruit reproduces the trial. And there is a second honest flag, the big human trial of Fisetin for exactly this purpose, run out of the Mayo Clinic, has been recruiting since 2018 and still has not reported its results. So the proof that this clears zombie cells in a living human being is genuinely not published yet. The closest real human evidence we have comes from a different, small trial using a drug combination, which did measurably reduce senescent cell burden in people, a promising first, but small, and not the fruit. You are thinking, Becker, then why on earth would I eat the cup? Hold that, because the answer is genuinely good, and I will give it to you at the end after the steps. It is just not the fantasy answer. And let me kill the obvious workaround before it costs you. Because the moment I say milligrams against grams, a certain kind of person starts doing math. If a cup is a small fraction of the trial dose, then I will just eat a mountain of strawberries and close the gap. Do not do that, and here is why it fails on two separate levels. The first is simple arithmetic to reach the gram-level doses used in the human trials on fruit alone. You would be eating pounds of strawberries every single day, which nobody sustains and which your gut will veto long before your biology thanks you. The second is the part people forget. A strawberry is not pure Fisetin, it is Fisetin wrapped in fruit sugar. And burying yourself in that much sugar every day pulls in the exact opposite direction of everything we are trying to do, because a steady sugar load is one of the very things that drives the inflammation and the cellular wear we are trying to turn down. You would be flooring the accelerator and the brake at the same time. This is the whole reason the fruit is not the drug and was never going to be. The move is not more strawberries. The move is a sensible cup of the richest natural source, eaten in a way that actually absorbs, while the trials sort out whether the concentrated megadose earns a place in a capsule. Respect the dose. Do not try to out-eat it. So here is the protocol, and I am calling it the 7-day berry reset, 3 steps, 1 week, and the whole point of the design is to get the most of what the fruit actually offers into you, honestly, without pretending it is a pharmacy. Step 1 is the cup itself, 1 full cup of strawberries a day, for 7 days. Fresh when they are in season, but frozen is completely fine, and often better value. Freezing does not meaningfully wreck the Fisetin or the other polyphenols, so a bag from the freezer aisle in February is a legitimate way to do this year-round. If you want to lean into the idea, strawberries are simply the richest source. Apples, persimmons, and grapes carry smaller amounts, so a mixed bowl is not wrong. Just anchor on the cup of strawberries. That is the base. And a word on why the whole strawberry beats an isolated pill, even setting the dose aside. The fruit brings far more than Fisetin, vitamin C, fiber, and a whole family of other polyphenols, the anthocyanins that make it red, which work together in ways a single capsule cannot copy. You are eating a matrix, not a molecule. One more honest note, this one on rhythm. The human trials do not dose senolytics every single day forever. They pulse them a short hit every few weeks because the goal is to clear a batch of stalled cells, not to flood the body around the clock. So you do not need to eat strawberries every day for the rest of your life to respect the biology. A concentrated week like this, repeated when they are in season, fits the spirit of it better than a joyless daily forcing ever would. Step 2 is the step almost everyone gets wrong, and it is the difference between this working and this washing straight through you. Fisetin is fat soluble, it needs fat to be absorbed. Eat that cup of strawberries bone dry on its own, and a large share of the compound you came for never makes it across your gut wall. So pair it with a little healthy fat, a small handful of walnuts or almonds, a few spoons of full-fat Greek yogurt, a drizzle of cream. That fat is the delivery truck. And there is a bonus move here. Fisetin's close cousin, quercetin, is the compound researchers most often stack with it in the senolytic trials, and quercetin lives in red onion, capers, and apples with the skin on. So a cup of strawberries with yogurt and a sliced apple, or a spinach salad with red onion and strawberries and an olive oil dressing, is not a random breakfast. It is Fisetin, plus its research partner, plus the fat that carries both. That is the version that respects the biology. Step 3 is subtraction, and it is the free half of this whole thing. Clearing zombie cells matters far less if you are manufacturing new ones every day. And the two biggest everyday drivers of fresh senescent cell buildup and the inflammation that feeds them are, number 1, a steady load of added sugar and ultra-processed food, and number 2, if it applies to you, smoking. For these 7 days, and ideally past them, pull the daily sugary drink and cut back the packaged stuff. You are not just adding a berry, you are turning down the tap that fills the room while you mop the floor. Doing both at once is the entire logic of a reset. Put the 3 together, and you can see why dropping any one breaks it. The cup gives you the compound. The fat and the quercetin get it into you and give it a partner, and the subtraction stops you from refilling the room you are trying to clear. Miss the fat and the fruit passes through, keep the sugar and you undo the clearing. It is a small system, and it holds together. Here is what to honestly expect over the 7 days, because I do not want you at the mirror on day 3. You will not feel your zombie cells leave, there is no sensation for that, and a week of fruit is not going to reverse decades of accumulation. What people usually notice first in a week of eating this way is the ordinary stuff that rides on top of it. Steadier energy without the sugar swings, a little less of the puffy, inflamed feeling, better digestion from the fiber. The deeper cellular housekeeping is a slow, quiet process measured over seasons and years, not days. 7 days is how you start the habit, not how you finish the job. So the honest reason to eat the cup, the one I parked earlier, it is not that a bowl of strawberries is a senolytic drug. It is that strawberries are a genuinely excellent, cheap, whole food that happens to carry the exact compound the aging research world is most excited about, wrapped in fiber and 100 other polyphenols, with zero downside and a real chance it nudges your cellular housekeeping in the right direction, while the concentrated dose question gets sorted out in the trials. That is a good trade. You are eating the thing the science points at, in its natural form, for pennies, instead of paying for a promise in a bottle that has not been proven in a person yet. Eat the fruit for the sure thing, and let the drug trials argue about the megadose. And let me make that sure thing concrete, because I do not want you eating this cup on a maybe when there is a stack of certainties sitting right underneath it. Set the senolytic question aside entirely, pretend the Fisetin does nothing at all, and here is what a cup of strawberries a day is still doing for you, provably this week. The vitamin C is not a throwaway. Your body cannot build collagen without it, and collagen is the scaffolding of your skin, your blood vessel walls, your joints, the literal structure that thins and sags with age. A cup of strawberries carries more vitamin C than an orange, and that is direct raw material for the tissue you are trying to hold on to. Then the fiber. It is not just keeping you regular. That fiber is food for the bacteria in your gut, and when those bacteria are fed well, they produce short-chain fatty acids that lower inflammation across your whole body, the same background inflammation the zombie cells were adding to. So the fruit is fighting that fire from a second direction that has nothing to do with senolytics at all. And the anthocyanins, the deep red pigment itself, are flavonoids that research links to healthier blood vessel function and steadier blood pressure. So before we ever get to the exciting, still being proven idea about clearing senescent cells, the cup is already handing you collagen raw material, a calmer gut, less inflammation, and friendlier blood vessels. That is the floor. The senolytic effect, if the trials confirm it, is a bonus stacked on top of a food that was already worth eating, and that is exactly the trade I want you making with your health. Bet on the floor of certainties and let the ceiling be upside. Most of what gets sold to you in a bottle is the reverse, a thrilling ceiling with no floor at all. Now, two honest cautions, because I would rather you hear them from me than find out sideways. The fruit itself is food, and for the overwhelming majority of people, a cup of strawberries a day is about as safe as anything you can put in your mouth. The place to slow down is the supplement aisle. The concentrated Fisetin and Quercetin capsules, the ones dosed to chase those trial numbers, are a genuinely different animal from the fruit. And if you take a blood thinner, or you are managing a chronic condition, or you are already on a stack of medications, those concentrated senolytic supplements can interact in ways the strawberry never will. So if you feel the pull to jump from the bowl to the bottle, that is precisely the moment to make it a conversation with your doctor or your pharmacist, not a solo purchase off a shelf because a video promised you something. And a smaller note on the fruit itself. If you have ever been told to watch your fruit sugar for blood sugar reasons, a cup is a reasonable single serving, but pair it with the fat and a little protein exactly as I described, because that same move blunts the sugar spike. The thing that helps you absorb the Fisetin also helps you handle the sugar. None of this is a reason to skip the cup. It is just the difference between doing this like an adult and doing this like a headline. So let me hand the reset back to you clean. And if you want one thing from this, take a picture of this screen. 1. A cup of strawberries a day for 7 days, fresh or frozen. 2. Always with a little fat to absorb the Fisetin, and ideally with a quercetin partner like apple or red onion. 3. Pull the added sugar and processed food so you stop refilling the room you are clearing. And hold the whole thing honestly. You are not multiplying stem cells, you are clearing the zombie cells that were dragging down the repair cells you already have, and a week is the start of a habit, not a cure. If you want this built out past a single week, which foods carry which cellular cleanup compounds, laid out as an actual rotating plan, so your kitchen does the work, instead of your willpower, that is the part I put into the 3-book Becker protocol. It is food first, and it turns loose ideas like this into meals you do not have to decide on every morning. The link is in the description below this video, if that is useful to you. If you want more of the honest version of this kind of science, the part that tells you where the evidence stops, not just where the hope starts, subscribe, and the algorithm will bring you the next one. Which one gets more of your kitchen this week, the strawberries or the cut sugar? Tell me below. I will see you in the next one.